Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And check me out on Instagram at Sharp Game. That's my handle name over there. And I'm over there heavy now. So with that being said, if you want to get any of my books, go to my website, ChooseYourRelationships.com. Any of the gear, my Patreon is patreon.com/Sharp Game. All the links can be found below. So in this video, I wanted to talk about, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever thought about what's a good girl? What's a bad girl? Have you ever been one of those guys that, you know, if you ask most guys, what is a good girl and what are the characteristics of a good girl? What they really looking for? They would say, hey, a good girl is somebody that stay home. Maybe she's educated. Maybe she went to college. Maybe she got a decent paying job. Maybe she's a responsible person. She's a good mother and all that good stuff, right? And a lot of guys say there's one thing that they usually leave out that's very important to them. They say a good girl is a woman that doesn't have a lot of sexual partners. She got a low D count. And you know, it's kind of troubling when I hear this, because I used to be one of those guys that think like this. I used to be one of those guys that wanted my main girl to be a certain type of way. I wouldn't do certain things with my main girl, but I would do all the nasty extra stuff with the girls on the side only. And it's just it's a kind of troubling thing, because it's kind of like, it's the illusion that somehow the wife or the girlfriend is not supposed to do the nasty, filthy things. Somehow the main girl or your wife is above the stuff that you really want to do with the girl on the side. I used to think like this when I was young, and I come to the conclusion after 20 plus years now, that all women are the same. Now, a lot of people say it's kind of popular to say you can't turn a whore into a housewife. But if you really think about that phrase, the housewife is doing the same thing the hoes is doing. They just go about it in a different way. Now, I'm not saying anybody's better or worse. I'm just saying all women are the same. Because the reason why I came to that conclusion, because every woman that I meet, I don't change my routine. I do the same thing. I get the same, I do the same dirty, nasty thing with every woman that I get in a relationship with, every woman that I get close with. Now, a lot of women, they don't do that. A lot of women have different relationships with guys because they know a lot of guys, if they were to find out their true nature, a lot of guys can't take it. And then some women can't take certain things as well. So, and I realize that damn near every woman I meet, they always try to feel me out to see where I stand, how I think. Because a lot of women don't like being judged. They don't like being called names, or don't like being looked down upon. So once they find out that, hey, I'm not here to judge you, you know, I mean, I understand the majority of women out here, man, they're just trying to survive. So that's one reason why they have different relationships with a lot of different guys. See, it's like this. See, if a person's 18 years old right now, and they got to start from scratch. I mean, when I say they got to start from scratch, no funds, no resources, no trust fund. They've got to figure it out on their own. They don't have a lot of support. That man or woman, really a young boy and young girl, really, if you're 18, that person it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error involved. Now, on the other hand, if you got a young girl, or young boy that's 18, and they have a trust fund, they have some money, they have resources, they have people that they can reach out and touch, they have tools, they have assets, that's a complete different position to be in. So this person is going to do what they want to do, not what they have to do. And see, this has a lot to do with how women function in society. And see, a lot of people kind of don't tell the whole story. They'll just tell. See, a lot of guys have this Western way of thinking and looking at things. They just tell the end result of what the woman did, or what the person said, or what the guy said, but they don't tell the cause. They just tell the effect, but they don't tell the cause. And see, a lot of people, especially in the mainstream media and even on the internet, a lot of people, when they speak, they don't know what they talking about. Either they don't know what they talking about, or they want things to go a certain type of way. They want the narrative to flow in a certain direction. And when I hear a lot of people talking, I know they don't know what they're talking about most of the time. Because I know some of the best women I ever met up until this point in my life. I met some of the best women, I would say, the past 15 years of my life. Young and old. Some of them older than me, some of them younger than me. And I mean, these are some of the most supportive, loving, caring women I've ever met. And you know, they're good mothers, a good sister, good friend, good, you know, they'll probably do anything for me if I was to ask, you know, but I don't ask for much, but I know they would do it, you know. And you know, some of these women have kids, some of them married, some of them have grandkids. And they take care of their family, very nurturing, very loving. But some of these women, every once in a while, they got to go to a swingers club. Or every once in a while, they got to go to a private party, private adult party. You know, so I don't necessarily judge them. I said, sometimes I'd be like, really? You went to one of those? He said, yeah, I go every once in a while just to get out and, you know, just to have some fun, you know. But I don't necessarily, in the beginning, once I found out that they attend some of these parties or some of these functions, that to me, it was kind of like, it was kind of hard to believe. But once once you get to know somebody, I look at all the good things that they've done since I've been around them, and all the things that they've accomplished, and the good outweigh the kind of the wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and so I don't really see the I guess you can. So all these women, for the most part, are doing the same thing. They just go about it in a different way. And even the housewife is sneaking out too. Most of the housewives are sneaking out too. I know guys that have smashed housewives, and they still do to this day. So I don't really see any difference. Now, some guys will say, and some guys have left comments and said, hey, man, you got the bottom of barrel women or whatever. That's not true either. because I've met women from all walks of life. I met the girl in the corner. I met the girl in the club. I met the girl from a well-off family, a middle-class family. I met the girl from a rich family. Everybody doing the same thing. See, a lot of guys are looking for the perfect girl. What you should be doing is looking for the girl that's right for you. They're looking for a girl that's probably in the late 20s and been with 2, 3 guys all her life. That's not going to happen. Good luck with that. Now, by the time you meet the average 28-year-old girl, 30-year-old girl, been with over 10 guys. And I'm being conservative. I am. You know, there's always exceptions to the rule. Maybe she's religious. But even then, most religions suppress woman's sexuality. And a lot of women have to suppress their sexuality even without religion in this country. So if you're trying to get married to a woman that's 30, 35 years old, and you think she's been with 4 or 5 guys all her life, at least that's what she probably going to tell you, good luck with that. It's not going to happen. You know, most women you meet are going to be juggling dicks. That's just what it is. And you gotta start looking at women for who they are, not for the way you want them to be. And you know, once I got past all the misconceptions and my perception of what women are really supposed to be or what I wanted them to be, that's when I started to change my mindset. I just accept women for who they are. And the good news is, if you don't like a woman, just move on. You don't got to name call. You don't got to curse her out. You don't got to say anything negative. Just move on. If you don't like a woman, you don't like something that she's doing, if you find out later that she's doing something that you don't like, just move on. That's it. There's nothing going to happen. Really. But there's no woman that's better, especially here in America. There's no woman that's better than the other. Even if you go to a different culture, even if you go to a different country, different culture of women, they're doing the same thing. They just go about it a different way. Now, it seems like if you leave here and you go to China, Japan, Australia, India, it seems like when you go to visit, like these women are better because you're having a good time. People are showing you around. But when you move there, or when you bring her over here, that's when you're going to find out that they're doing the same shit over here too. They just go about it a different way. That's really it. That's what I've experienced over the past 20 years, 20 plus years. Everywhere I've been, same shit is going on, man. People just go about it a different way. That's all it is. There's no one woman better than the other. Yeah, some women that grew up different religion, different culture, different language. But at the core, a woman's the same. Women love sex. Now, some of them might suppress how they feel about sex. They don't like talking about it. But they like it. And if you're the type of guy that can bring out the best in them, she's going to do everything you want to do. And some. But it all depends on what type of guy you are. It's been times when I was younger, especially, where when I was in college, if you don't know my story, my journey started when I was in college at USC. That's when I learned that the way I was going about just socializing with people was like totally wrong. I was totally misguided and undecided about a lot of things. In college, I realized that the football players and basketball players, they were just knocking the girls. I mean, they were just knocking them down. And they didn't really have to do nothing. They didn't have to take no girl out. They didn't even have cars. They didn't have no money. I realized that it was all them. The girl just wanted to be with them. And they would do whatever. They had orgies and everything, man. And it didn't have nothing to do with if they were black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican. It didn't matter. The girl just wanted to be with them. And some of these girls, they weren't bad girls. They just wanted sex. They couldn't help it. They just, they just lost all composure, and the panties got wet and the panties came down and it was on. And I was sitting, it's kind of mind-blowing experience for me, because I've never seen women act like that. So that's when I realized that all women are just really the same. They just go about it in a classy way or whatever, or a passive way. But that's why I don't call women hoes and bitches. I don't call them that. Because I've done the same thing with both type of women. I've done the same thing with the hoes, and I've done the same thing with the classy women or educated women. And money had nothing to do with it. I mean, it's crazy if you really think about it, because the television make it seem like, and the media make it seem like all women are vastly different than the other, because your nationality and how they grew up, but that doesn't have anything to do with the decisions that women make. A girl that's well off is going to do the same thing that to a working class girl if she runs into the right guy. A girl that's from Japan, if she sees a celebrity, she's going to pretty much have the same reaction to a girl that's from America. It ain't no different. The panties, they both going to get wet. It's crazy, man. But that's how it is. That's just how women are, man. And once you experience this and you begin to look at women for who they are, not the way you want them to be, then a lot of women will open up to you. They'll tell you all kinds of stuff that they would never tell the majority of guys that they run into. That's what happens to me today. Women tell me all kinds of stuff that they be doing. And I just laugh. I don't judge them. Because even if you judge them, so then what? So what? What's that gonna do? That's just a waste of time. That's just gonna turn women off. So all women are the same, man. I know it's hard, to believe. I know it's hard to take based on how you were raised, where you're from, and your upbringing and everything. Look, if you're that dude, if you're the truth, if you're a masculine guy, if you're living your truth, women are going to gravitate and warm up to you. I don't care where she's from. I don't care what's going on in the White House. I don't care what Trump says. I don't care what language she speaks. I don't care how much money she got. I don't care what family she from. I don't care what she talking about. At the end of the day, if you're that dude that you claim to be, Doesn't matter what happens out in society. Socially, you're going to get yours. So if you like what you heard, go check out my book, Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/sharpgame. Check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. And check me out on Instagram, Sharp Game. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.